What's up, everybody? One Fun Guy podcast live in the studio, baby. We're hanging out tonight. Just going to have a little bit of fun, guys. Kelly's not going to be able to make it with me, so we're just kind of going to hang out. I'm doing my thing, guys, so it's just me hanging out with you guys for a little bit. I am going to share it out, see who is on, if anybody wants to come and hang out. If you guys could do me a favor and just like this, if you like it, please hit the like button, comment, share. You don't have to get me gifts, guys. I don't need that. But if you like it, if you can like it, I would do that. Jess, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. But let me share it out real quick. Let me see who's on, if there's anybody here. If anybody wants to come and hang out with me tonight, we definitely can make that happen. I'm not sure if anybody does, but if you do, please feel free to hang out with me. It would be awesome if you hopped on with me. We can chat together, talk about what's going on. I'm going to share it out to just a few quick people here. Nothing too fancy tonight. If I get people on, awesome. If I start interacting with everybody, that would be great too. But for now, I'm just kind of hanging out, doing my thing. Not much is happening tonight, guys. I do have a couple people lined up for my podcast. I'm just trying to figure out the logistics. So I haven't gone anywhere, guys. Don't worry about that. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. Everything is business as usual. I'm just trying to figure out a few things, kind of get everybody from there. Amelia, what's going on? So, guys, Amelia is helping me out with this agency thing. I'm still learning how to do TikTok. I've been on it for a while now, guys, but I don't have the time and luxury to go live every night and to do it. I wish I did. Hopefully one day soon I will. Josh, what's going on? If you guys haven't followed me, follow me. I'll follow you back. I'm just trying to make this work, guys, right? Obviously, my podcast is where I want everything to be at. I want to be a podcaster, but I know there's steps in things that I have to do and make things happen for myself. I get that. But I also have a full-time job and a part-time job besides podcasting. So I do need to put in the work. I understand that. But again, I am doing a full-time job and a part-time job and this. So I need you guys to bear with me. Obviously, I would like to go live more. It's just difficult for me to do that, guys. Like it's not feasible right now for me to do that kind of work, to put it in. Obviously, I know I have to get there, so I'm not denying that fact. I'm not trying to sell myself short or make any excuses, but I just want you guys to know where I stand. So with that being the case, I come on live when I can, guys. I usually try to do a Thursday night. I try to make it, fun for everybody, and I try to include as many people as I possibly can. I want as many people to be a part of this as I can get. So I'm definitely trying to share myself out with people. And if you can do the same thing, if you like what I'm doing and you can share me out, that would help me out a lot. It would help immensely. I obviously want the traction here. I want it on YouTube. I want it on Facebook. I want it everywhere. And I know it's hard to get, right? Like, I understand it takes work and it takes effort and it takes everything. I'm not expecting people just to join me because I'm me. But at the same time, like, I just want you guys to understand where I'm coming from, that, I do have other priorities and obligations that unfortunately I have to fulfill before I can do my podcasting, which hopefully one day that's not the case. Well, hopefully one day I can actually, do this full time and actually make it to where, I can, succeed very successfully with this and go from there. Let's do lightning bolts tonight, guys. I don't know. I'm kind of in a lightning bolt type of mood. So, Jay, what's going on? So if you guys are here and you like what you see and you want to help me out, I definitely do appreciate that, guys, for sure. I'm not saying I don't appreciate that. But it's difficult for me to be able to do this and still be productive in my other stuff, if that makes sense. So for now, I'm here and I'm hanging out, and I don't want it to be negative. I want it to be positive. So hopefully everybody else is doing well. If anybody wants to hop on with me and join me, to chat, we can definitely make that happen. It's going to be a very, very low key tonight, guys. I'm just kind of going to do this. I'm going to go live on YouTube as well. Hopefully I can get my growth there going as well as here. So I'm just kind of doing that. If there's anything you guys want to know, if you want to ask any questions, if there's anything you want to know about me or my podcast or anything, I'm pretty much an open book. I'm pretty open about what I talk about and what I do. So if you guys want, if you have any questions of me or how I got started or why I got started or what made me want to do it, I'm pretty vocal about that. But other than that, guys, it's just me hanging out tonight. My studio is coming together. I got everything that I have it set up the way I want it. Rodney, what's going on? So if you guys are new here and you haven't been part of the One Fun Guy podcast, welcome. If you have been, if you're an OG or Audie, what's going on? If you guys have been here for a while, interact with the chat. Share me out, try to like it. If I get to 1,000, it helps the FYP a little bit quicker. Somebody said the other day it was 1,500. So Dizzy, what's going on? If you guys are new here, I don't know who that is. I just invited Dizzy to join me as a guest, so I don't know, that was a mistake, but if she's here, Brian, what's happening? If you guys are new here, say hi, say what's up, don't be afraid, interact, it's all good. Natalie, what's happening? If you guys just hop on and you're just in for whatever, say hi. It's no harm, no foul, right? You might meet some cool people. You might, meet a new friend or two or three. I was on last night with Frank Serbio. If you guys don't know who that is, he played Frankie Carbones in Goodfellas. He was the guy that was an icicle in the meat truck. So I'd like to have him on my podcast. So if any of you guys know Frankie, Mary hops in on here. She actually mods for Frank. So, I'm hoping to get him on one day. I'd love to have him on and kind of go from there. Brian, what's up? Ingrid, what's up? If you guys are new here, say hi. Introduce yourself, guys. Follow me. I'll follow you back. Chris, what's going on? Say hi. Say what's up. Everybody's welcome to hang out with me, guys. There's no secret to this. I don't boot anybody out. I don't, I'm not that way. I just want it to be fun and interactive. Ara, what's going on? If you guys are new, say what's up. If you've been a part of this, Mary, what's happening? Just say hi. If you want a new friend or you want somebody to chat to or you want to learn about doing podcasts or any of that stuff, I'd be more than happy to help out. I've been doing this for a while. I'd love to show you what I do. If you guys are interactive in the chat, that's awesome. I do have a question for you guys, though. I used to have this stand for my iPad, and I kind of got a new one that seems to be more sturdy, but it bounces every time I type. Do you guys have any idea on how to fix that? I know a lot of people use their phone to go live when they're on and they interact with their phone. I just hate looking down on my screen to do that. Is that a normal thing? Like, should I be doing that? What do you guys suggest? I actually wanted to start getting another iPad. I'm looking around for one for Black Friday. Doing great. That's awesome. I don't know, like, if I should interact with myself, like, I hate looking down on my phone when I'm on like this. I'd rather interact with you guys. Lay, what's going on? Hazel, what's up? If you guys are on, say what's up. But every time I type, it bounces, and I'm not sure that I like that. I don't want to get anybody dizzy. And I am obviously, I'm live, so I can kind of go to myself and see myself on the preview, but I just hate looking down at my phone. Does anybody have any suggestions on how to fix that? Does anybody know what I should do? Is there a way to fix that? I don't know. I don't mind doing it. I really don't like looking at my phone. I'd rather look at the screen and interact with you as it's coming across, but I don't want to make everybody dizzy either. Does that make sense? If it does, let me know. If not, I don't know how to fix it. Obviously, I interact through you. Save and Sound, what's up, buddy? I obviously don't want to keep hitting the screen and having my iPad bounce. But at the same time, I don't want to keep looking at my phone, interacting with you guys on here when I want to look at you guys face to face. Does anybody know how to fix that? Is there any suggestions that you guys have on how I can interact with you and not touch the screen and make everybody bounce and wiggle, where I could stay kind of in the screen where I'm not pressing it to do that? Is that bored? I hear you. You know, if anybody has any suggestions, though, I'm all ears on how to do this. I don't know how to fix this problem. So if anybody has any suggestions, please let me know. I am all ears on this one. I don't want to, do this. I can find myself live, and I obviously know that I'm live and I'm interacting with myself, so I can do that on my phone. I just want it to be more a wireless keyboard that connects via Bluetooth. I could do that. I do have the 2019 iPad. I don't know if a Bluetooth would connect to this one. I could definitely try that, though. That's a good idea. I don't know for sure. I know the new iPad, the one I'm looking at getting, the A16 from 2025, definitely does have that capability. I don't know if mine does. I could try it, though, right? What's the worst that could happen? I just keep it for the next one or wait. Mark, what's going on? I can do that. See here. Let's see. Let's try this. Because obviously every time I type, I bounce. And it happened with this one, and I thought maybe this would be more sturdy, but it's obviously not. It's probably worse because it's more rigid. The other one had a little give. Evan, what's up? But other than that, guys, I'm just kind of hanging out tonight, just doing my thing. Like I said, nothing too fancy tonight, nothing too serious. Obviously, Kelly's not on with me, so I don't have a partner in crime to do this with. So it's a little bit more appealing when you have somebody to talk to and you're on with somebody than it is to just kind of be here by yourself, finding things to talk about. But nonetheless, I'm here and I'm doing it. And it's my Thursday night, so I'm having a little bit of fun. I am going to be hitting a record show this weekend. I'm just kind of, lives alone is kind of weird, so I feel you. They're not weird, right? Like, I guess if I had music going on in the background, if I turned my record player on, it probably would be, a little bit more appealing if I had some music, if I had some sound maybe with it. I don't know. Normally when I'm on with Kelly, it's me and him talking, so we kind of have a conversation and, we kind of vibe off of each other and we have some laughs and we tell some stories and, we have a kind of a fun interaction. When you're by yourself, it's really kind of hard to do that, right? You're just kind of talking into a screen. It's not that I can't do it. I mean, I could talk to anybody anywhere, which isn't the issue. It's just a lot of times it could kind of dull, and I know a lot of guys have like really cool settings where the lights change and they have this kind of like, I could probably turn the music to, Diane, what's going on? I'm getting a spam call. But nonetheless, guys, I'm just kind of here. Ned, what's happening? Okay, stop calling. I get it. All right. So anyways, guys, I don't know. Like I thought maybe about, changing my setup. What I'd eventually like to do, guys, is obviously the sign was a gift, which is awesome. I love it. But I was thinking about maybe putting a TV behind me. Maybe on Black Friday, getting a 55-inch TV and putting it right behind me and then using that as my background. So I can either keep it as a green screen or I can kind of scroll all the way through. Ellie, what's up? Welcome in. Ellie's my mod guy, so say hi to Ellie, interact with her. She kind of runs my whole thing. Mikey, what's happening? So if that's the case, guys, we'll figure out what's going on. From there, we'll see what's happening. But all right, I do like that idea, the keyboard. I think that is a good idea. That might fix some of my problems if I do that. So thank you for that suggestion. I'm trying to think of what else I have here. I have all my action figures behind me, right? So Kiss and the horror stuff, right? Scream and Freddy and Halloween and Jason and this cool thing that I found for Halloween that I put up. Kim, what's up? It's Burley. It's my friend Kim. I've known Kim 25 years now, I think, maybe. But I think we were freshmen or sophomores in high school when we met. So Kim's definitely an OGer. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out ways to interact with you guys where I don't keep pressing the screen and bouncing the iPad. It's got to be kind of annoying when you're watching it and it, is bouncing back and forth. I'm really trying to get away from that. So, the keyboard was a good idea. Maybe I will look into that. I do run my microphone Bluetooth though, so I'm not sure if I can do both. If that's gonna work. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the gifts. But the in between, I like it. Is that from Stranger Things? The in between used to be Penniless Pagan. That's how we met. But my microphone is Bluetoothed. So can I do two things Bluetoothed at once? Is that a possibility? I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm if I have to go, no, it's multiple songs. The in between. Okay. But if I can do two things at once, I would definitely do that. But I do like the Bluetooth on the microphone. I guess I could put wires in and run it through the wire and then do the do it that way, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'll try it. I'm up for different options, but I like the sound that the JBL had over the Anchor. I like my Anchor microphone a lot, but the JBL one is really good. And it does Bluetooth, so that is very helpful for sound. I know it's hard to interact with other people who have microphones on. You get that feedback and stuff like when you get it too close. So I don't have it too close to my face and I don't have it too close to the iPad. So it's kind of like right in between. It's on my riser, but it's not on like pointing towards the iPad. Like I said, my iPad is a little bit older, guys. It is the 2019 model, so it does have the finger ID button on the bottom where you press it and it reads your fingerprint. So it is a little bit older. I am trying to integrate the new one. It's one of the things I'm hoping it goes on sale for Black Friday. I can get it, get a new iPad, and then maybe I can do that from there. Beartooth is where I got it from. The band Beartooth. Beartooth is awesome. They're a great band. If it's Beartooth Band, yes. I don't know if it's something else that I'm not familiar. Hell yeah, so it is Beartooth. Yeah, if you guys don't listen to Beartooth, definitely do that. They are a very good band. I wouldn't say they're hardcore as much as they are hard rock, but they kind of have elements of heavy, some screamo, some type of emo-ish, new metal-ish. Yeah, I would probably put them in that category, but they're good nonetheless. Beartooth is very good. There is a band called I Wrestled a Bear Once, and they are hardcore heavy metal with a female singer, which is awesome. So if you wrestled a bear once, they're awesome. That's a good band. But yeah, so outside of music and stuff that I talk about, this is kind of my setup, guys. So this is me and what I do. I appreciate everybody being on and sharing the live, and not enough space. No, I haven't. Are they a band? So now, like my go-to band I've been listening to a lot of, and they're newer, but they're not new, is Parkway Drive. I've pretty much been obsessed with Parkway Drive for a while. Their stage show, their sound, their saw them Sunday, Two Female Screamers. That's awesome. I'll check them out. But Parkway Drive have been a band that's been on my radar a lot lately. I've been listening to a lot of their stuff as of recent. I'm trying to think of what else. There was a thing that we were talking about. Who was I talking about it? It's called California, or the Barbarians of California. It's a dude from AWOL Nation. And I'm not a big fan of those guys, right? Like I know a few of the songs, nothing like too intense. But the singer from AWOL Nation put out it's like a hardcore heavy band called the Barbarians of California, and I've been digging that lately. So Parkway Drive and the Barbarians of California have kind of been the two that I've been gravitating towards. but there's so much stuff out, right? Like I've listening to Every Time I Die out lately again, and a lot of the old Hatebreed stuff, and a lot of the old terror stuff is back and coming around. So I go between like goth and punk to hardcore to super heavy to black metal to basically Alice in Chains, right? Like the rock, like Alice in Pantera, I can listen to all day. I have a Typo Native phase about a where all I was really listening to was soul. And now that they're on the scene again, they're talking about a tribute to Peter Seals. So I've been well, Presidents is really good. People are talking that it's the guys from Sleep Token. So I don't know. President kind of does the masks. Presidents reminds me of Point Break, right? That's kind of where everybody's mind is. If you saw the old Patrick Swayze movie with the bank robbers, Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves were in a movie called Point Break, and they robbed the banks in president masks. And President kind of does the same thing. They wear masks, but a lot of people think the guys from Sleep Token. So I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. I'm just kind of. There's a lot of people saying that they sound eerily similar. It's not. I don't know. That's what everybody says though. I like them. The Presence is cool. Very unique, right? They kind of took this thing and ran with it. So they're good. Windwalkers I haven't heard of. Are they heavy or are they? Now I do like Winds of Plague. Winds of Plague is a band. They were. Kind of a horror metal band. They're kind of like the Roth is now. Window was like the original heavy kind of dark demonic band. Or demonic imagery. Say they had a video that was really kind of like scary. It was almost like a horror movie. Open the Gates of Hell, which is like their big hit. Wind the Plague is awesome too. Windwalkers is metal, so I'll check them out. Windwalkers too. That's awesome. I like hearing about new bands and stuff like that I haven't. Like I said, I've been listening to Parkway. It's kind of been my go-to, and the Barbarians of California has been my new go-to. As far as like listening stuff, but I mean, I still have the Misfits. I still listen to all that stuff. I have the Rones, and I Beast Black was kind of on my radar, and then I went through a phase where Unleash the Archers was all I listened to for a little bit. I was like in an Unleash the Archers phase, but I'm always kind of Parkway Drive is supposed to be the new thing with the pyro and the throw and the way that they do it. They kind of take the elements of Slaughter to Prevail, and they kind of make like the old hardcore scene where the old like hardcore Hatebreed and Terror and Sworn Enemy type of vibe, and Parkway Drive kind of matches the old and the new hardcore. So they're really like my probably favorite band right now to listen to and watch, right? They're visually appealing. They're also awesome to put on. I just got their LP a little bit ago. Excuse me. I keep getting filtered. I don't know what that means. But yeah, so obviously, my music, I grew phases where I'll listen to goth, like I said, in old school, trance metal, and then like Raisin Black and bands like that, and Bauhaus and Sisters of Mercy, and then it'll get like the gothic, and then it'll go more like the hard gothic, like Him and Negative, and then it goes into bands like Sentenced and Poison Black, and then I'll kind of circle around to like other bands that are and then it just kind of goes around. The other day for Halloween, the Misfits song Halloween came on, and like I just wanted to do entire Misfits. I just listened to every Misfits song that I think I had. So yeah, Sentenced is awesome. They're probably top 5 of my favorite bands. I really, obviously Pantera's number 1 and it always will be. Sentenced and Obituary in my top 5. Sentenced / Poison Black, I'll put them together since it's 3 of the 5 guys from Sentenced. So I would say like Sentenced, Poison Black, like up in my top 5. 5 years ago I would have said Cradle. Oh, probably not so much anymore. So yeah, Spring to Winter here in Norway. Yeah. Sense was awesome, right? The Funeral is my favorite albums all time. I would probably the Funeral album and Water Park from Opeth is probably maybe number 1, number 2 best out that tell story. I forgot what they call it. Queensryche used to do it where they would tell a tale inside story with the music. King Diamond, right? Abigail did it where they kind of tell us through the music. But I would take Water Park and the Funeral album from Sentenced, or concept album, yeah. That's it. So as far as those go, they're one of my like number 1 and number 2 favorite albums for that kind of thing. The Funeral album is just kind of the culmination of that, and I always said it, and I'll say again, I always use Sentenced for when bands want to retire and they want to just get up. They did it right. They didn't continue on with Sentenced. started Poison Black, and the guys that didn't want to tour anymore just stayed home, kind of did their own thing, and the guys that wanted to keep touring and keep playing from Poison Black. That's what bands should do. Once you get to the point like Megadeth is doing it, right? Megadeth said we're going to put out one more album, and that's it, right? Whether they do or not, I don't know. Dave Mustaine had 3 or 4 other projects that he could have, that he was in, so he could rejuvenate one of those. But I just wish that when Megadeth puts this album out, it's over. Like, Megadeth is done, and he can go to MD45, he can go to, you know, any of those other ones can easily be put into that kind of thing. But I think like bands that did it were like Sentence. The guys agreed that, you know, 3 of the members didn't want it anymore, and the other 2 wanted to keep making music and touring. So instead of continuing on Sentence, then firing the other 3 guys and, you know, replacing them with 3 other people, they said we're gonna just leave Sentence alone and we'll start Poison. And that was awesome. And I wish Metallica would have done that, right? Leave Metallica the way it was from the Black Album moving forward. Call it something else, right? Change the band. Don't suffer for your first 4 albums being awesome and then going into you know, what you're going to do or what you're going to try to do moving on to the future. It's just right, and it tarnished the reputation. And that's why I said it's always before. All right, kid. You know, like I said before, you know, with Metallica, if you Metallica's entire catalog and you take all of Megadeth's catalog and you want to compare them, I take Megadeth all day long. I would take every Megadeth over all albums, even though I love Ride the Lightning. You know, I love Master of Puppets. I you know, everything that they've done, you know, basically before Kill 'Em All, right, or Injustice for All, right. But I mean, like, those albums are great, right? They're absolutely fantastic. Lacey, those albums are great and they're timeless, right? You're never going to replace those. But if you know the way that Megadeth kind of continued their catalog, Megadeth only got better. Metallica got worse. So yeah, I would take the first Metallica albums over the first Megadeth albums, but give me the last 6 Megadeth albums over the last 6 Metallica albums all day long. So it's just kind of, you know, me and Kelly argued that fact, you know, a little bit, you know, and I just kind of think that, you know, Dave continuously kept writing the better songs and Metallica tanked. I mean, I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I like Metallica, but really after the Black Album, I really started to question everything they did, because these albums have sucked, and I mean horribly sucked. Not bad, or, you know, maybe 1 or 2. I mean, terrible. They don't even, you can't even play the album all through because they're just that bad. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me ranting about Metallica, but like, they suck now, right? Like, and they ride on their first 5 albums, which is okay. I mean, a lot of bands do that, but like, still, I am in the Chicago area. I won't be leaving Chicago for another 7 years until I retire. You know, yeah, and Metallica's newest album sucks. The new Megadeth sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Dystopia was also the one that he brought Adler on for. Really good albums. You know, he's gotten great musicians to play with them. It's like I said, I take Megadeth. If you're gonna give me 2 catalogs and you say you have to listen to every album, I'm taking Megadeth's over Metallica's catalog any day. So, how's your move been? You're in Virginia now, right? I think. It's so weird to come in between now. Yep, VA. I'm gonna call you Tib. The in between. You're gonna be Tib now. So yeah, so guys, like I said, it was just a quick fun hike. I wasn't gonna stay on super long. 2 acres. That's awesome. That's the dream, right? Tib. You know, but that's kind of the goal, right? 10 chickens. So you have chickens. That's awesome. Unstoppable. What's up? So yeah, so like I said, guys, really soon around December, January. Not much. I'm just hanging out, do a quick live, trying to be interactive with my group and put content out for YouTube. They want to see that. I've been slacking on putting stuff out, which is my fault, but I fortunately haven't had time to do it. So they're gonna be okay, 11-ish weeks. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, so I'm just kind of hanging out tonight, guys. Like I said, I put some stuff out. Last few videos I made have been concerts. I just want to be interactive with you guys again. I haven't been on with Kelly a lot. He's been super with his music stuff, and you know, I want to focus on that. And gotta go. All right, well, take care, Tim. I'll see you soon. If you guys don't know the in between, penniless. If you guys go with me, that's how we met on here. And so, but she's doing her own thing. She's Tibbin, so living the dreams. Big house, big farm, big what's up? So yeah, you guys are new here, you know. Thank you for joining. If you're OGs, of you guys are, thank you for being here. It means the world, guys. Obviously, I said I slowed down on my content, how much I go live. Really focusing on YouTube, guys. My channel over there. So if we're going out, we'll do that. If not, we'll be okay. If not, we'll go from there. And that's pretty much it, guys. So what I'll do is I'm going to end this live now. I'm going to go over to YouTube right away. I'm going to basically kind of go from there and see what's going on over on YouTube. I'm going to upload this video, and then we'll go from there. So if you guys are on YouTube, guys, go over to YouTube now and meet me over there. And then meet me on YouTube and support me over there. I just invited somebody, and I don't know if they're going to. I don't want to. But anyways, guys, so I end this. Go over to YouTube. Subscribe to my channel over there. I'm gonna just a bit over there just to say I'm gonna try to figure out stuff and then kind of go from there. So with that being said, guys, thank you all for being part of the One Fun Guy podcast. Thank you for this live. Thinking James, what's going on? If you guys are on here and you want to go over to YouTube, I'm gonna be on there for a little bit, guys, and then I'm gonna call it a night. So from there, we'll go from there. So meet me on YouTube, guys, in about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go on live from YouTube. So I'll see you guys all there. Thank you again. Love you all. Appreciate the love and support, and I'll see you